Hey there! Are you ready to take your Monopoly Go game to the next level? This week I've got the best Monopoly Go tips and tricks to help you dominate the board and outsmart your opponents. First up, start by understanding the game board. Before diving into strategies, take some time to understand the Monopoly Go board layout. The board includes properties, including railroads, utilities, and special spaces like chance and community chest. Each property has a different value, and they're grouped into colour sets. Knowing which properties are most valuable, like Boardwalk and Park Place, can give you a major advantage. Focus on acquiring complete colour sets as quickly as possible, and this lets you build houses and hotels, increasing the rent other players owe when they land on your spaces. Also, railroads are a fantastic investment early on because they provide a steady income, especially when you own all four. Pay close attention to utilities too. They may not seem like a big deal, but they can offer strategic advantages when combined with the right chance card. Next up, prioritize property acquisition. In Monopoly Go, the cornerstone of success is owning as much property as possible. When you have the chance to buy property, jump on it, even if it seems like a minor asset at the moment. Every piece of property adds to your control over the game. The more you own, the better your chances of building monopolies and charging higher rents. Each property gives you leverage and negotiations too, and can turn the tide when dealing with other players. To maximize your gains, focus on acquiring the orange and red properties. According to statistics, these spaces are among the most frequently landed on, so they can yield substantial rent income over the course of the game. If other players repeatedly land on these spaces, they'll be handing over cash every time, which weakens their position and strengthens your grip on the game. While it's easy to get caught up chasing high-value properties like Boardwalk and Park Place, don't overlook the cheaper sets like the light blue properties. They may not cost as much up front, but they're quick to build on and offer a reliable stream of income. This balanced approach allows you to maintain a steady cash flow, which is crucial for surviving and thriving in the long run. Every property you acquire brings you one step closer to financial dominance on the board, so aim to acquire as much as you can and watch your fortune grow. Next, build houses strategically. Once you've acquired some properties, the next logical step is building houses. But remember, not too fast. Place 3 houses on each property in a colour set before even thinking about moving on to hotels. Why? Well, the rent increase from 3 houses to 4 is often significantly greater than the jump from 4 houses to a hotel. By focusing on maximizing those 3 house properties first, you'll see a substantial boost in your earnings without rushing to the finish line. Another key element to consider is the house supply. Monopoly Go comes with a limited number of houses, and once they're all built, no one can build any more until some are sold back. This scarcity makes houses an even more valuable resource. If you can grab a substantial number of houses early on, you're effectively locking down the supply and can prevent other players from developing their properties. This slows their progress and keeps you a step ahead. When you're ready to upgrade to hotels, don't rush to convert all your properties. Instead, use the houses strategically. For instance, by holding onto houses, you can restrict other players from upgrading their properties. In the meantime, focus on trading properties with houses to block opponents' progress and strengthen your own position. This can create a competitive advantage, helping you maintain dominance over the board while maximizing your income potential. Remember, it's not just about what you build, but also about how you can prevent others from building, making you the ultimate property mogul in Monopoly Go. Next, use trades to your advantage. Trading is where Monopoly Go truly comes alive, and smart trades can make or break your game. If you find yourself with properties that don't complete a colour set, use them to trade for something more valuable. Don't be afraid to negotiate aggressively, but remember to make deals that benefit you in the long run. Look for opportunities to trade unwanted properties for monopolies. Other players might be willing to give you a monopoly if it means they get closer to one too. And remember, cash is not the only currency sometimes. Trading a utility or a railroad can be enough to close the deal. Keep an eye on opponents' cash flow and needs. If someone is desperate for cash, offer a deal that helps them stay in the game while giving you a strategic property advantage. Next, master the art of cash flow management. In Monopoly Go, cash is king. You need enough cash on hand to pay rent or buy properties as they come up. Be careful not to spend all your money on houses too early, as you could end up bankrupt if you hit an expensive space. Try to keep a balance between building and saving. Having around $500 in cash reserves can be a good safety net. If you find yourself short on cash, mortgage properties strategically. Mortgage the least valuable properties or those in incomplete sets first. This way, you can free up cash without losing your key monopolies. You can unmortgage properties later when your finances improve, but until then, this move can keep you afloat. Remember, cash flow is about flexibility and being able to react to unexpected setbacks, so keep a close eye on your reserves. Next, pay attention to jail strategies. At the beginning of the game, getting out of jail as quickly as possible is a priority. You want to move around the board and acquire properties. But as the game progresses, jail can become a safe haven. When most properties are owned and rent fees are high, staying in jail keeps you safe from other players' monopolies. If you land in jail late in the game, you might consider staying put for a few turns. This strategy minimizes your movement and protects you from expensive spaces, which can be a lifesaver when opponents have loaded the board with houses and hotels. Use this time to collect rent from your properties while you're safely behind bars. It's all about adapting to the game's flow and making choices that serve your current situation best. Next up, make the most of chance and community chest cards. These cards can be a game changer in Monopoly Go, bringing both opportunities and risks. While some cards can give you quick cash or valuable properties, others might send you to jail or impose fines. Take note of the remaining chance and community chest cards if you've seen a few of them. This can give you a rough idea of what to expect and help you plan accordingly. One critical trick is to weigh the risks of advancing to a specific space. If you draw a card that lets you move forward, consider where you'll land before you make a move. You don't want to end up on a costly property and lose all your cash. At the same time, keep in mind the cards that move you to the nearest utility or railroad. If you own these spaces, they become a great source of income, especially when you have monopolies on them. Next, keep an eye on your opponents. Successful Monopoly Go players are always aware of their opponents' moves. They pay close attention to which properties others are collecting on, how much cash they have, and whether they're making trades. If an opponent is close to building a monopoly, consider buying properties they need or making a strategic trade to keep them from gaining control. Monitoring their financial situation too, knowing when an opponent is low on cash, gives you the upper hand in negotiations. If they need quick cash, you can leverage that to your advantage, perhaps getting a property for less than its value. Also, watch out for their jail strategies. If an opponent is trying to stay in jail, you can ramp up the board's threat level by building houses and hotels, pushing them into a tough spot when they're eventually forced out. Next, stay calm and adapt to the game. Finally, Monopoly Go is a game of strategy, patience, and adaptation. As tempting as it is to go all out, maintaining a cool head is essential. The game can change in an instant, so be ready to adapt. If you're not landing on the properties you need, don't get discouraged. Instead, focus on using what you do have effectively, perhaps by focusing on trades or investing in railroads and utilities. Flexibility is crucial, especially when facing setbacks. Remember, every player has their ups and downs in Monopoly Go. What matters most is how you respond to the challenges. Stay positive, remain flexible, and take calculated risks when opportunities arise. The more you play, the better you'll get at anticipating moves and staying one step ahead of your opponents. And there you have it, the best Monopoly Go tips and tricks to help you dominate the game. Practice these strategies, stay flexible, and watch as you become a Monopoly Go master. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more game tips. See you next time.